was a strange one. Her voice smokier than a soldier's handgun. She was always nervous, but she wore it well. She wrote stories and always had one to tell. She was easy to talk to and easy to look at, but not so easy to understand. She never saw me here, she never saw me once. She never saw me as a man. Florence, it gets so quiet here in the barnyard these days. With the ghost of your spirit, I always can hear it, and I measure myself in this way. So speak to me good things and speak to me sweetly. Speak to me that I may understand why you never saw me here, why you never saw me once, why you never saw me as your man. What the hell did I come down here for? Can't remember anything anymore. The space under the stairs is a black hole. I'm searching for my pistol. I put pictures up of people that I don't know. I don't return all the things that I borrow. A jar full of loose change on a countertop. I cannot quiet the louder thoughts. A $5 bill somewhere in a coat pocket, or the door, I wonder if I've locked it. I pace back and forth between the TV and the refrigerator. My thoughts are faster than a locomotive train freighter. If you don't need it anymore, then bury it in the junk drawer. If you don't need it anymore, then bury it in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but it's somewhere in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but I don't care much anymore. Can't find myself, but it's somewhere in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but I don't care much anymore. Can't find myself, but it's somewhere in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but I don't care much anymore anyhow. Not now. I have dreams where I'm losing teeth. I have dreams where dogs chase me. I have a stomach that the mouth don't feed. A rock gathering moss in my sleep. I feed myself nothing but my swollen ego. I've got delusions of which I cannot let go. Bought a switchblade out of a trench coat. I'm down to my last bar of soap. Save it for when I need it. No one's around to sniff out my reasons. The basement's haunted, the ghosts are my best friends. Friendship is just a means to a very tired end. If you don't need it anymore, then bury it in the junk drawer. If you don't need it anymore, then bury it in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but it's somewhere in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but I don't care much anymore. Can't find myself, but it's somewhere in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but I don't care much anymore. Can't find myself, but it's somewhere in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but I don't care much anymore. Can't find myself, but it's somewhere in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but I don't care much anymore. Can't find myself, but it's somewhere in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but I don't care much anymore. Can't find myself, but it's somewhere in the junk drawer. Can't find myself, but I don't care much. I knew a dog named Maggie, used to follow me around my hometown. She looked like a wolf, she laughed like a hyena. She cast no shadow on the ground. All the stray dogs in my neighborhood barked and howled as I passed by. But Maggie never showed me her teeth. She never left my side. Maggie, the mud is frightening somewhat for those that do not know. And Maggie, the mud ain't nothing but a reflection of my soul. salvation, although she'll never eat. Maggie, the mud full of bravery and guts, and always at my feet. Her ribs are showing, her howl is long, but she refuses to die. Maggie will live 100 years longer than I. Maggie, the mud's always down in a rut, looking for some bone that she buried. Maggie, the mud don't get scars, only cuts. She loves me and will not share me. Oh, she loves me and will not share me. Ever share me. There is peace somewhere in the jungle. It is soft, it is quiet, and it is humble. And there is peace drifting across the desert. It is warm, it is slow, and it cannot be measured. And there is peace in a breeze blowing across the ocean. It is bright, it is calm, it is without emotion. And there is peace asleep in the graveyard. It is just, it is true, it is without an end or start. inside peace. Oh, sweet peace of mind. But I left it all in the arms of my sunshine. Job interview the other day. Man said he liked the way I looked, he liked the way I shook his hand. And he said, I'm sorry, man, you know I really am, but we don't need nobody. I said, please, sir, you've no idea how badly I need the money. It's a joke that's run so bad that it's no longer funny. But ain't that the way it goes when nobody needs you? Ain't that the way it goes when nobody needs you? It started with a short yarn, ended with a clear your throat call. We did not say a word to each other, trapped inside that little box. elevator.